Today we're going to check out the Sleigh All Day patch notes, which are available in Discord but aren't yet visible in-game, at least at the time of this recording, so let's get rolling. On the 10th of December, we're going to get the Sleigh All Day update, which includes, of course, at the start of this holiday events. But what holiday events are we getting? Super Sleigh. Collect shining stars and bedeck your Super Sleigh for amazing rewards. Could that be a 7K gem event? Oh yeah, we know it is because they teased that recently. I know what I'm talking about. Barbarian incursions. Complete incursions and recover the Commerce Council's cargo and earn shining stars. The Melon Market. Ah yes, we did see a picture of that. Smithy specials are coming back. I mean, this was a pretty good way to get a lot of patterns that you wanted, as I recall, right? Zenith of Power with the crazy flying 20% theme, arms training, the Fisherman's Fortune is coming back, and the opening ceremony. Log in for 7 days to get rewards. See the event calendar for a detailed schedule. Cool. New Realm of Mystique game mode coming soon. Team up with your fellow governors to dive into the Realm of Mystique. I believe this is a roguelike game mode. The Realm of Mystique contains multiple randomized stages. The changing enemies and maps will always keep you guessing. Okay, it is exactly what I thought it was. In each Realm of Mystique, there will be 3 stages, including the final stage where you need to battle a Ceroli chieftain. Defeating the chieftain will earn you valuable rewards and save your progress. If all of your team's troops are defeated, you can restart from your last save. Okay. As you progress through the Realm of Mystique, you'll unlock powerful new role skills. Enemies will get more powerful as you progress through the stages, and in the final stage, you'll face off against a mighty Ceroli chieftain. Defeat them to clear the Realm of Mystique. The Realm of Mystique is divided into normal and legend, though the current Pioneer experience will not include legend. The Realm of Mystique will also have a balanced mode, which equalizes all governors' civilization bonuses, tech levels. In addition, all deployed commanders will be equipped with equipment and armaments of equal strength. Ooh. So that's kind of neat. I think that new ways to spend our time between KvKs is a W, but I will say that I think the bigger win is just letting us get into KvKs more frequently. Like at the end of the day, this game has been out for 6 years. Could the developers come up with more engaging ways for us to spend our time when we're not in KvK? Yes. Do we just want to play more KvKs though? I mean, some people would probably argue, well, you know, they're pretty time consuming and I can't fight that. I certainly will not try to fight that. But like, I think the best solution for solving the activity deficit between KvKs is simply to just get us into KvKs faster, which is why I was originally really excited about resource return. But the resource return, which is in this patch note, is not high enough, in my opinion, to make a meaningful difference in the recovery rate. It's way better than nothing. I'm not complaining. And I'd like to see that get pushed higher. Obviously, I'm a player who wants more resources, but whatever. Lost Kingdom optimization, shifting gears, Season of Conquest, story optimization. This is a format that I live streamed and was very fun, but it's all about ranged combat. Removed Alliance arrow towers. That's the flag that ports cities away. Skirmisher troops leaving a city or building need to wait for a brief period before they can launch basic attacks. So you can't just like cheeseburger ranged, I guess. Halved the revamp coins required to revamp commanders. So they're making it so that it's easier to turn commanders into ranged commanders, basically. Increase the base march speed of shifter units. Lowered the requirement of Crusader achievements that require you to use shifter units to kill or self-wound enemies. Reduce the max number of revamped commanders that you can have in the early mid part of the story. The attack range of skirmisher troops has been reduced by 15%. And the attack range of artillery troops in arrow tower mode has been reduced by 12%. The time required for an artillery to convert into an arrow tower mode has been reduced from 20 to 12 seconds. And the time required for artillery troop in the arrow tower mode to change directions has been reduced from 25 to 20 seconds. Okay. I mean, look, this KvK is all about ranged combat. I personally just play Call of Dragons to get my ranged combat, and that keeps me plenty happy. But if you want a taste of it in Rise of Kingdoms, this is definitely the KvK, and I'm glad that they're refining it. In the Season of Conquest, Alliance leaders can now transfer control of passes, Crusader forts, and holy sites to other alliances in their coalition. Let me tell you something. Years ago, I said that player leader time is incredibly valuable, and that as of, the time I was making the comment and even today, there's hundreds of hours of leader activities that either get done or the communities that those players are in kind of suffer. So the best thing you can do is reduce the leadership burden in this game on those leaders, and they will just make player experiences better, right? In a way that no game changes could ever do. But what I think is so great about this change, Alliance leaders can now transfer control of Crusader fortresses specifically, is that one of the weirdnesses of KvK is that the ruined Crusader fort gives you an increased coalition size. But if your ruined Crusader fort locks, and for 3 days you can't bounce the fort around to shift your coalitions with the increased size. And because you need so many alliances to actually operate in a KvK way beyond how many real alliances are in a kingdom, it creates this weird situation where every I forget how many hours, every 4 to 8 hours or whatever, you need to pass off the Crusader fort so it doesn't lock. So it becomes dozens and dozens and dozens of hours of nonsense activities required to sort of maintain your combat relevance in a KvK. And that's all going away. Stuff like that, I think, is really great. The devs don't have to do stuff like this. 99.99% of players will never know the difference, but it is so good for the state of the game. I think this is great. Added a claim all button for season quest rewards in the Season of Conquest. That's neat. I mean, when you tech up, there's on day one, if you spend on tech, especially, you get 80 plus things you got to go and claim. I mean, this is a quality of life thing that I think is fine, but this quality of life thing is game changing up here. The Crusader Fort transfer. This is that's cool. Saves me a little time. Lost Kingdom related chat channels are now restricted by City Hall level. Okay. I mean, yeah, I think people creating accounts to troll shouldn't be a thing. So having a minimum City Hall level feels reasonable to me. Fixed a bug where certain skills that affected multiple unit types, such as Joan of Arc's Divine Revelation and Descent of the Goddess, were treated as single unit type skills, erroneously allowing them to trigger artifact effects. I think I heard something about this where if you put an artifact on Joan of Arc original, every one of her buffs that would buff different troop types would buff all troop types. So she was giving just an absolutely insane amount of stats with her artifact, I think. So, wow. Well, sounds like you got a little bit of time to continue to enjoy that if you want to. Holy smokes. That's crazy. Yeah, it's really powerful. The Hall of Heroes will now also return resources to you. I love this. I just would love it to be more than 10%. The real question is, what does this do? And it does mean that some players will get more fighting for sure. 10% more resources is awesome. The way I would measure this is, does it get my kingdom to queue for KvK one cycle sooner than it would have otherwise? And I think the answer is probably no. I think there is an amount of resources for some kingdoms where the answer would be yes, but I am very excited for 10% resource return if that is ultimately what the number is that comes in game. At the end of the Lost Kingdom, a portion of resources you spend on healing units in KvK will be returned to you. This change will only take effect in Lost Kingdoms that begin after the update. It's a bit of a rip because I'm probably going to spend at least 40 billion resources in this KvK. So 10% back would have been pretty nice, but whatever. Is what it is. Added transmutation crystal rewards. Okay, I love that they're adding transmutation crystals to the rewards for a number of Crusader achievements in Season 2. Oh, darn it! It's still great. And Season 3 in Lost Kingdoms. Okay, it's only Season 2 and 3. Darn it, I wanted more crystals. These are very, 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 very powerful. Especially if you get lucky. They can be really great. I have been on the unlucky side of these, and it's been a fat GG's. Arc of Osiris optimization. Upgraded the Golden Battlefield map with new art and visuals. Vacation permit adjustments. Governors who received and accepted a vacation permit will now need fewer passport pages to migrate. I think that's awesome. Added the ability to revoke vacation permits. Yes, vacation canceled, get back to work, sucker. Adjusted the trigger conditions. I mean, okay, this is a fine thing to add. I think some number of people got permits and they didn't want them and they were cooked. So, or however that is. Glad that's being improved. Adjusted the trigger conditions for targeted immigration. Added a weekly limit to the Alliance shop. This section will be automatically restocked with passport pages, which you can purchase with individual credits. This is an amazing change. I think it is. Look, I'm going to just talk about the push-pull of migration real quick. But like, I think it is good that you can't just bail on your team whenever you want, right? It makes me think of, what's his name? Snake from The Simpsons, where he's like, bye, right? He just like pieces out. But like, you shouldn't be able to just piece out willy-nilly from your kingdom whenever you feel like it. You know, the going gets rough and the suckers get going, right? And it's like, bro, especially mid KvK. That's like the ultimate lamest thing on the face of the earth. So I think that it is very, very good that people are getting the ability to get free passports. That should absolutely be a part of the game, 100%. And I think there's two separate ideas that are being enforced with one system. The two ideas are people shouldn't abandon their teams, and also people need the ability to play with the people they want to play with. And right now, those two things are interrelated, right? But like, I would probably separate those out. But now I'm just, I don't know. I don't know. This is a great change. What are we talking about? You can't stock your Alliance shop today because, as I mentioned in a prior video, you have to use every single credit for KvK relevant activities. And obviously, passports is not one of those, really. So, you know, migrating deadweight out is valuable, but whatever. This is great. This is a very, very good change. Adjusted the purchase limit for certain tiers in the New World bundle. I'll be kind of curious to see what that is. Are they reducing the number of things you can buy for New World or increasing? This also actually directly related to what I was just talking about with the speed with which you could go to a new kingdom. And like, you know, like, should it cost hundreds of dollars to get out of a bad situation? I don't know. I would generally say no, but whatever. Here we go. New gameplay guide. To help both new and old governors better understand gameplay mechanics, we've added new guides for combat and controls. More guides are coming soon. To access the gameplay guide, tap your avatar in your profile on the gameplay button. Cool. I think there's going to be some really important tutorials about the different ways you can customize combat in the game that actually I think is going to be very, very good. Mapped optimization. Optimize the visuals of the battle overview layer of the strategic view. You'll need to update to the latest game client to see these optimizations. The one and only optimization I want for dot mode, which I think is strategic view, right, is that okay, well, actually, there's a bunch of things I'd like, but I just want to see my power. I really just want to see my power. Like, is my hospital overflowing or not? How close am I to overflowing? I almost would rather even than seeing my power. This is funny because every now and then I fall into the same problem, or the same trap, I should say, of like being attached to solutions rather than solving the problems from a fresh perspective. But like, I almost want like a bar visually on my screen showing the percent full my hospital is. How cool would that be, right? Because the powers, you know, for yourself about where it would be if you're going to be overflowing, right? But even better would just be like a bar that shows how full your hospital is, you know? Also, please remove the help cap. Added resource and speed up statistics to the inventory interface. This is a huge W. Commander story optimization. Added new stories. You know, honestly, I don't do the stories. I think I have over 1,000 of these materials saved up for turning into commanders. I need to start doing it. Optimize the commander story interface. There's main stories and side stories, added new art and visuals, simplified trigger conditions. Cool. Control optimization. Selecting a location on the map and opening the interaction bubble is now done with a single tap instead of tap and hold. Oh, I think that's good. If you have strategic view quick zoom enabled. You still need to tap and hold to select the location while in strategic view. I feel like this happened to me the other day, maybe on stream, where like I'm trying to move troops out of my city. I'm clicking and holding, but I'm trying to just like go, 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 go. So I think that's what that's solving. Added the ability to spin 50 times at once for the Supreme Wheel. Yeah, here's an SVIP complaining like a bozo here, but like you do have to do a ridiculous amount of spinning to actually like, you know, just buy the things you were going to buy. And like, to be perfectly honest, I get that there's like a spinning visual, but for your long-standing SVIPs, like they just have a stupid amount of VIP and like they don't need the wheel at all. Like we just want to exchange it. Just give me the result. So all that to say, cool that there's an optimization here, but I think, you know, generally speaking, features that impact like the tiniest percent of the population shouldn't be a huge priority, but at the same time, like these are the people who've spent the most on the game. Upon upgrading your city to City Hall 25, your city's buildable area will expand. Okay. Upgrade to City Hall 25, your buildable area expands. Added the ability to claim all village rewards at once. Okay. Added restrictions on the usage of flux coins. Whoa. Correction. Added instructions on the usage of flux coins, and no new rules were introduced. Hey, yo. That is night and day different. Okay. Great. That's lovely. Instructions versus restrictions. Ooh, translation error. I mean, it happens to the best of us. In the Heart's Desire event, commanders that you've already summoned will now be marked with a tag. New regular events will be added soon. What does that mean? That could be really cool. Okay. Maybe they're just like not big deal events that are, maybe they're events like, you know, train a few troops, get a few rewards sorts of things. Optimize the layout of the World Wanderer game mode. Does anyone know what that is? Could you let me know in the comments? For the sake of concision, Simplify Graphics has been renamed Light Mode. Huh. They just wanted to take up like less real estate on the screen, so it's less letters. Is that what that is? City theme transmog optimization. City themes with the integration tag can now be transmogged into city themes of any unit type. And city themes of any unit type can now be transmogged into integration themes. Cool. Okay. I mean, I am more likely to transmog now, but also, yeah, I mean, I am actually more likely to transmog now. The only weirdness there is that I feel like even though my boat theme is better looking by far than my infantry health theme, I almost want the ability to visually know which one I have equipped. But maybe I'll just transmog it anyways, because the boat theme is the best. Thank you for supporting Rise of Kingdoms. We hope you enjoy the game. I think this update's great, right? Like at times I know I come across as a little bit critical when I read here, but you know, I think this is a great update. There's a lot that's like really exciting in here, including resource returns. Like, guys, we're getting resources back. That's huge. And the door's open for that to be a higher resource return if, you know, they decide that's a thing that makes sense, which is like, all of this is a huge win, I think. And I really feel like the recent updates in Rise of Kingdoms point to the developers paying more attention to player feedback, which is always going to be a win. Like if you look at the games and the game studios that seem to be finding lots of success, big surprise, they listen to their customers. Surprise! I don't know, man. I feel like we're genuinely entering an era where game devs maybe are starting to realize that like knowing the way is going to lead to your failure, and listening to your customers is guaranteed to help you understand reality better and probably make better solutions. All depends on how good you are at separating out what problems you're solving from the potential solutions for those problems. But whatever. Let me just get off my high horse. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk. If you enjoyed the vid, throw a like on here, subscribe. If you want to see pictures of some of this stuff, I'll have cards in the end screen. Some of these the devs teased in a prior video. Yes. I talked about it in a prior video. They teased it in some pictures. Cards right over here. Check out the vids.